Welcome back to Twice as Fast, where we talk twice as fast, think twice as fast, and also aging twice as fast because of all of our trauma. Today we're back with another sister session with the sisters. If you're new here, sister sessions are where we get cozy, we get a coffee, and we talk about all kinds of crazy things, such as being neurodivergent, leaving corporate America after 6 years and figuring out what are we doing, and also figuring out that we were queer later in life. And last sister sesh, we got a little dark and deep, so this week we want to bring it a little bit lighter, and let's go back to what we love to talk about, being gay.
So we came out later in life, and that means we had a lot of experiences that we look back on and we're like, girls, how did you not know, and what were you thinking? These were not normal.
So let's start off with one of my favorite stories where I look back and think, girl, I wish this was on film. Right before I came out, I had my final try at dating a man. I mean, if you can call it dating, that's a bit of a stretch. We had a fine time, but ultimately, I just got the ick so bad. This person had given me the ick many a times, but it was like, I was at their apartment seeing them in a new light, and I just was like, icky, no.
They both knew she was a lesbian. He knew it. He would joke about it. Needless to say, ick.
And so as quickly as I could, I was like, I gotta go home. And I was like, I can never see this person again. Like, one thing about me that I probably should work on in therapy is if I feel a certain way about someone, I'm good to never see them again. Like, I prefer it. I would rather just bye, never know. So I leave. I'm like, okay, bye. Like, peacing out to Chicago. Nice knowing you. So one thing about me is I'm very directionally challenged, okay? I don't even know how I don't get lost going to my own bathroom. His apartment complex was very complicated. It was giving maze. So one, I'm like, I don't even know where my car is. Two, I don't know how to get out of the fence. Everything was locked. And I was like, okay, I have two options. One, I can call him. I'd rather die. Two, I'll call my best friend that lives in Texas. I'm in Nashville at the time. And see if he has an idea of how I can get out. So I put him on FaceTime. I put my phone like through the fence and he talks me through climbing over the fence. I literally like almost injure myself. That's my avoidancy and how I was just like, I can't. I would literally rather die like out his risk climbing a fence.
Girl, you're a lesbian. What the hell?
That is so funny, and all I imagined was that scene in Bridesmaids. That's just so funny to me. So back when we lived in Nashville, we had to get creative on how we found our garden goodies. Mind you, we were both bisexual at this point. We weren't fully out as lesbian because we were just a little bit scared of that. So we were still hitting up Tinder for the men, but only to secure our garden goodies. However, our anxious, nervous, stupid, weird selves came up with an entire story so that we could get garden goodies from this guy, but not stay with him or hang out with him. I make up this whole lie. Oh my gosh, we need this for our night out. It's her birthday. We're going out right after this. Could you just meet us really quickly, give it to us, and then maybe we'll hang out tomorrow?
Now, obviously, the plan was get what we needed and hit block a la block. We're not seeing them tomorrow. Rather than just say we were pre-getting ready, I don't know, like we really were just so terrified that they were going to try to hang out with us that I go in my closet, pick out dresses and heels. We put on said dresses and heels to go downstairs to meet them, go back upstairs, change, and go about our night. Like, what were we thinking? We were that concerned that they might not believe our lie and would want to hang out with us that we, like, put on an entire costume.
And came up with an entire lie of the night. What? And I remember he, like, got really upset because we never ended up hanging out with him. So that was just, like, something weird that we were like, that's how we're going to use men.
Judge us if you may, but you know what? At the end of the day, women have been treated pretty poorly. Sorry if sometimes women got to take a little advantage to get that glass ceiling a little more even, okay?
Like, sorry, they kind of deserve it. We've been wronged by men, and you'll say, oh, but not all men are bad. I don't care.
Now let's wrap this up and go out with a bang. Not that kind of bang, more of a projectile vomiting kind of bang. So to set the scene, when I was in Nashville, there was one person I would hang out with on and off. I don't know. It was really like just because they were kind of fun. And ultimately, I think they were also on the spectrum. So it was something that we talked about and joked about. And it was like comfort person. But they had a girlfriend majority of the time. So I'd only hang out with them whenever they were on a break. And one night I go to get drinks with this person. And then we're just like go back to his apartment to hang out. We're sitting there and he tells me, I think I love you. And I was like, all of a sudden, guess what happens? I projectile. I run to his bathroom, throw up so violently that I had to change shirts. And this was what made me even throw up even more. The shirt he gave me was a pink polo, size medium. And not even pink. It was like salmon. Okay, if I hadn't already had the ick. That's disgusting. Disgusting. I'm literally laying on the ground and he says, "You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen." And I was like, "What is happening?" And he was like, "Did me telling you I love you make you throw up?" And I was like, "It could be the alcohol. It could also be you telling me that." Yeah, like, what the hell? Funny enough, that person now is married to the person that they kept breaking up with to hang out with me. But, you know, I was a lesbian. They couldn't have me. And them telling me they love me literally caused me to project. Not even a little. It wasn't a gag. It was, he heard it. It was awkward. But he still loved me through it. And that's when you know you have the power over a man.
That is insane. I remember being like, ugh, but it didn't surprise me. I mean, I was like,
Like, yeah, ew, duh.
why wouldn't you have thrown up?
I mean, honestly, I really should have known the first time I ever kissed a boy when I was literally 16. I will never forget the feeling of being like, I'm going to have to do that again. I was disgusted. And it only got worse from there for the next, God only knows, 10 years. That's just some funny stories about us being queer and being like, let's really try not to because we were raised in the South and there's a lot of homophobia.
I also hope this shows you guys that being gay is not a choice. We tried to choose the straight path and bitch, did not work, made us sick, made us worried about humanity. I'll say that much.
My body literally said hell to the no. What's funny to me is that's the only guy outside of the partner I had for 6 years that I think may also be, you know, that like I was comfortable with. And my body still said, abort mission.
And as always, if you related to any of these or you're saying, whoo, that sounds like me, you might just be gay. And let me tell you, I always thought,
No, it can't be me.
I love everyone but not me. It is me, and I've never been happier.
The confidence I have gained since not dating men, I can't put it into words. I have become a badass, powerful woman. And it's like I could not have reached this level dating men. I don't know how to describe it, but that should give you some hope because I've also been in the part where I used to say, I wish I honestly wasn't gay. Like, I really hate this. But now I'm like, I'm gay and proud and I love myself.
Me too. All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. We've been having a little bit of a gloomy week, but we tried to make you laugh in this sesh.
All right, thanks for watching. As always, kisses and toes.
Thanks for watching.
Meow. I need a bowl.